The ODI series is done, where Team India did not have a pleasing series, but it was a very, very pleasing end. While we shift on to the T20I series, it's going to be many, many more expectations, because keeping in mind of the T20I World Cup coming up next year, I have two special guests, Orko and Jihad. We welcome to the show both of you. Starting with the Orko, as I said in the first line itself, special end to the series. Australia already won the ODI series back in Adelaide, but we still had plenty to play for to be Indian fans at SCG, especially what we kept saying throughout the tournament, throughout the series, Rocco being back, Rocco signing in off Australian soil in style, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everyone actually hyped that series for those two players. I mean, I know it's a team game and it's wrong perhaps to, put the spotlight on just one or two players. I agree. But somehow they have made the game their own. I mean, that's the kind of stardom they have created for themselves with their sheer talent and hard work. So I think they deserve the spotlight and they have lived up to it. Even though it was dead rubber, it was a breath of fresh air to see them
Correct.
score runs, especially Kohli after those two ducks. And definitely, they have shown everyone that they are in the reckoning for the World Cup, and they are definitely available if they are, taken for selection. So that's of course a distant story, but for the moment, I think to score runs was important for them, and I'm glad they did that.
Absolutely. And Jian, as Orko just brought up about Kohli, we all saw when he got off the mark that fist pump celebration, which means that he still has that funny nature inside him, no pressure whatsoever. But age is just a number, form is temporary. Many things to be said about. Rohit Sharma missed out on 100 in Adelaide. He made it count. 129, 121 unbeaten, and similarly Virat Kohli 74 unbeaten, 168 run partnership. That's all you need to sign off the series.
See, definitely, as Orko rightly mentioned, see, well, the thing is, you cannot take the class out of these two men. Even if they are Rohit is 45 or Virat is 42, you can still rely on them thinking that they are going to win you matches, because it's like age is just a number, as you just mentioned,
Without a doubt,
and
absolutely.
you cannot take that, you cannot take the like form or that experience out of them. They have won matches, as Virat rightly mentioned in the post match interview. Also, if you remember, he said that the thing is that you need to first set your goals as to how you want to approach the target, and you want to take out few boxes. You need to cover, like, have a small partnerships and then carry forward the game. I mean, he's so technical, and you have that coordination with Rohit for years. They have made, I think they have scored around more than 5,000 runs together. I
True.
think the second most highest partnership of Indian duo, I guess, I think after Shikhar Dhawan. I think Shikhar and Rohit, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, after Shikhar Dhawan, Virat and Rohit, I think 19 plus partnerships they have of 100 run. That's
Yeah,
incredible, because
yeah.
they're playing it since a long time. And the way Virat and Rohit, as you said, after the match, signed off, the way they spoke in the speech, and the way they get love every single time when they step onto an Australian tour, a squad is announced. Blink of an eye, we see the tickets are sold out, the stadium is packed. But moving into the shortest format of the game, once again, fresh skipper Surya Kumar Yadav. I think Orko, it's a first real test for Sky as the captain, and also as a batter of the T20I captain after the Asia Cup.
Well, definitely, he has to get his runs. I mean, even in interview, if I'm not wrong, he did mention that making Gill vice captain has given enough alarm bells for Surya to perform, because if he doesn't already, he's an aging player, and if he doesn't get the runs doing the talking, I think there will be an all format captain in the form of Shubman Gill. So that confidence, of course, would be dented for Surya if he doesn't get the runs, and that pressure is good for the culture of the Indian team, that no one takes their place for granted, even if he's the captain. So it's good that Surya gets a big opportunity, short of runs for a pretty long time. And if he gets it in this tour, because it's away from home, it's in Australia against the mighty Aussies, it would boost his confidence. And also before the T20 World Cup, that's what every Indian fan would want.
Absolutely. And looking into the squad, the way India have gone, more or less the players from the Asia Cup are back into the side. But Yashasvi Jaiswal, Jian, do you don't think that he gets a spot in the squad, especially for the Indian Test captain, who is the current vice captain of the T20I side?
No, I really don't think Yashasvi should be playing this series. If you're sticking to a set 11 right now, we should not be doing any experiments. I mean, fine, if we have won the series, suppose if you're leading some 3 nil or 4 nil, and if you want to try Jaiswal out for 1 or 2 matches just to get his game, just to see how he is, and just, just be ready, like just in case of any injury comes up for either Abhishek or Shubman. But we have plenty of options for opening slot as well. So I think it will. But yeah, we can get him ready in those dead rubber matches. But other than that, I don't think we should hamper the 11 because they have already been set. We are trying them out in all playing conditions. We
Correct.
starting from last year when we started off with Zimbabwe after winning the T20 World Cup. I think we had a whole new dynamics of T20 cricket. I think we from that moment onwards till now till in this Australia series we have come a long way.
Yeah,
Abhishek has
true.
been going well. Shubman coming back into the side after a successful IPL campaign and getting back that vice captainship. Yeah, he needs a few runs, but definitely, which I am very sure he is going to find that form back. And the rest of the squad, I think, is going to be pretty much same, making a few here and there rotations is going to be just for
Yeah,
the
that, that
game
is
time.
that is that is going to be definitely
Other
there,
than
few
that, but yeah,
rotations.
Yashasvi, I really don't think should be in that plan because suddenly, if you come add him in, okay, in place of Shubman and Yashasvi scoring 100, that becomes a very big problem because you cannot drop a vice captain out of the team unnecessary.
Absolutely, and so you're saying we have enough backup of openers. We certainly do have because couple of players are playing out of position, and we once again went with the two wicket keepers with the likes of Sanju Samson and Jitesh Sharma or co. I think Sanju once again starts according to you as well. And where does he bat?
Well, he should start. I mean, at least at 3 or 4 is a position where I would like him to play because, Gill definitely has to open with Abhishek. You can't put them any lower in the order. So I think Sanju has to adapt. He has to take a leaf out of Tilak Verma's book because, he's that guy who has adjusted in every position. I think he can be a very
Wow,
good
what a
number
knock
three,
in the
but he
Punjab.
bats, yeah, he bats at 3, at 4, at 5, 6, 7. He's like an anything man for this team. So I think a player of Tilak Verma's ability is something Samson would like to get some notes of inspiration from, and definitely he should start delivering because, as Jihan rightly said about Jaiswal, the same holds true with any Jitesh or Jurel as well because this is the World Cup that's coming up in hardly a few months' time, and if you change your combination or even your keeper for that matter, it'll only trigger some instability. So Samson should be back, and I hope he also scores runs in whatever position he's told to bat.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's an Australian soil, so you don't play too many spinners, though it's going to be played at the Manuka Oval in Canberra, where generally we see that wicket is a little bit slower in the second innings. But two match winning spinners we have Gian in our side. One is a Chinaman, the other is a mystery spinner. You have to choose between either of them in the playing 11, unfortunately, because the template Gautam Gambhir goes with by having an extra all rounder at number 8. That could be Akshar Patel out there. Your thoughts? Which one are you tilting towards in the shortest format?
See, I would go with Kuldeep Yadav over here because see, Kuldeep has a kind of a bit of more experience and if playing in Australia, I think Varun has never played in Australia before, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
We have never used it. He was there in that World Cup, but which was there in Dubai, and then later on,
yeah.
after a long time, he came back into the side. So he's not good at. Yeah, we can try him definitely. There's no compulsion because he's been absolute magnificent. But knowing the conditions well and knowing what Kuldeep can do with his Chinaman bowling, I think he's a match winner. He can and technically he can bat better than Varun Chakravarti. So I could take that option as well a little bit.
Okay, so you're going for Kuldeep Yadav. Any different thoughts from your end, Orko?
Well, I think I would go with Kuldeep too because recently he has played all formats. He's been doing well, even though he got limited opportunities in the ODI series. But I think I would definitely go with Kuldeep purely for that Chinaman element. I know mystery spinner also has a lot of mystery or rare elements in him, but I still believe that Kuldeep needs to be backed, and he can even give you a bit with the bat as well. Gambhir talks about a bit of batting depth. So Kuldeep a bit is no mug with the bat. He may not score quick runs, but he can stay there. So I think such boxes are ticked by Kuldeep, and looking at the opposition in front, I think Kuldeep should be the right choice. But
So
again,
both of
Gambhir
yeah.
loves Varun a lot, so I think it might be the exact opposite of what we want.
Okay, so you're going for another love affair, and I'll certainly bring the love affair of the three seamers India have in their squad, in the likes of Jasprit Bumrah and Arshdeep Singh, with the other player already named as the first player in the team sheet, that is Arshid Rana. Or continuing with you as well, your thoughts are once again if you have to play because it's Australian condition. Also keeping in mind Nitish Kumar Reddy is fit and available for the first T20 as well, what we are hearing. So What is your combination? Are you going with once again Harshit Rana, giving you a little bit more game time at number 8?
Well, I think so because he has delivered. In the exact recent match which he played, he did bowl pretty well. So he's perhaps adjusted himself to the conditions. He can also give you a bit with the bat, and of course, Gambhir would definitely want him to do well because of the chances he's giving him. So I think
Correct.
they would go for Harshit right now. He's, I think, the perfect first change. That third seamer kind of option for them. Perhaps if Hardik is not available, I think Harshit would be a very good option to have at that point of time.
And for the first time, we saw Harshit the batter too in the previous game, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, everyone used to say that he's that domestic talent who can score runs a bit. He has 100 in the Duleep Trophy, but somehow in the IPL, I never saw such glimpses of him being a proper batter. But to do that against Zampa speaks volumes of his ability. So I think it's good that someone at number 8 would become a very crucial part of this team looking ahead for the World Cup.
Absolutely. And Ajian on the other hand, Nitish Kumar Reddy you have Shivam Dubey too. I think Shivam Dubey has a very very powerful record of whenever he's in the 11, India don't lose if I'm not mistaken. Your thoughts on either of them? Nitish Kumar Reddy played the ODI series, so he's in form. He's looking good as well. But coming back from an injury, where do you head towards?
See, having Shivam Dubey, I think he had done magnificently well in the Asia Cup final, and
True.
taking Hardik Pandya's place, that is a very very big responsibility because he had to complete the over quota of bowling 4 overs because were playing a bowler shot in that game,
Correct.
and I think and the way he batted also at the end, scored those winning runs. Not he didn't score the winning runs, but gave that cushion of smashing those two sixes and a boundary, which changed the dynamics of the game, got us closer to the target, and we ended up on the winning side at the later on. But the thing is, Shivam Dubey has been, maybe is very underrated according to me because
Okay.
yes, he had a few misses, but yeah, what a brilliant record! I don't think anybody has such kind of a record that whenever he's
True
played,
that.
he's never lost a T20
No,
match.
nobody
I
can
think,
find that record apart from Shivam Dubey. That's the reason. But so you're
and
going with Shivam Dubey, who
and
has done nothing wrong according to you.
But I'll just highlight one thing about Nitish Kumar Reddy. I really don't understand what Gambhir wants from him exactly because sending him out at number 8 in both Test match
True,
or
true.
ODI cricket, I think it doesn't really make sense, and you don't even use him as a bowler because he's a very very good bowler. He can get you wickets.
Absolutely.
We had seen a glimpse of him when getting a couple of wickets in the England Test series where he had
Yeah,
bowled that small smells. So I really,
correct.
really don't know why. And in the previous game, also against West Indies,
It
I
was
don't know why he wasn't
also
used
in
at
the
all.
first game, the rain affected one. He was so good.
He was absolutely magnificent, and I see. If you ask me, he can actually even share the new ball also in the power play with Bumrah or Arshdeep. Get to couple of overs in, and you never know what can happen because sometimes you said a man with a golden arm like how Kedar Jadhav was for us. How Stuart Binney was for us. Getting those wickets when it was needed. You need such kind of bowlers, and you can try these experiments around and check it out before the World Cup. If it works out, it's going to be brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely, and we will wait and see if that works out for Nitish Kumar Reddy because you certainly know Hardik Pandya is going to come back into the side. If he can go as the backup, or will it be Shivam Dubey? I am certainly sure either of them will be going. But looking forward to see how Abhishek Sharma copes up with the pace and bounce in Australian condition. Tilak Verma all-round game. Sanju Samson lazy elegance. He will be the wicket keeper too. Orko. As Gurpal Paji says that your thoughts on Abhishek Sharma because he's certainly going to come up against a Hoff, which is Hazelwood.
Definitely. I mean, that back of a length delivery of Hazelwood often, which leaves the off stump, is something, often catches you off guard because you're completely tucked in for room. And Abhishek would definitely know that because of the little bit of steep bounce that we get in extra in Australia. And of course, even the boundaries are pretty big. So I know he's a power hitter, but to clear boundaries in India and to clear them in Australia is a completely different thing. So he'll be well challenged. I think, Australia would have their plans ready. And even because someone like Pat Cummins, Travis Head, they all played with Abhishek. So certainly, especially someone like Head would know how to deal with Abhishek. So I think they'll be all prepared, and
Absolutely.
it'll be a big challenge for Abhishek to deal.
Absolutely. A couple of more matchups. Tim David versus Kuldeep Yadav Jian. That's another very, very because a six hitting monster was a very clever customer. On the other hand, shall I go towards Arshdeep Singh versus Travis Head more than Jasprit Bumrah versus Travis Head? Because Arshdeep has got Travis Head's number quite a few times.
I'll highlight this one thing very often. Travis Head is averaging 11 in his last 60-20 matches. So that is a very, very rare sight to
Yeah,
see ever Travis Head's caliber, because you don't really know what kind of a person he is, but he just needs one game to spark off. But yes,
and he always
left-handed
loves
versus
India.
absolutely left-hander versus left-hander. But you've also noticed that whenever Travis Head has failed, Australia has crumbled. Yeah, that also we have also noticed in the previous Border Gavaskar Trophy as well as the recent ODI series. Like we got Travis Head early in the previous match, the previous third ODI, and then later on we saw how Australia faltered. Image, and it didn't really click, and they scored a very below par total. So I think getting Travis Head early is always a confidence booster. I think everybody is hungry to get him out early after, especially that World Cup final. I think each time you get him out is obviously never going to satisfy that hurt, or get we can't get over
100%.
that hurt. But yeah, we are trying. What I have been observing that every time we get Travis Head, try to get Travis Head out early is just trying to get that revenge on him, and that is what we are getting, because he has got out a
Because
very he
nobody
got
will
out.
be able to forget that 19th of November 2023, isn't it, or Gian? But similarly, do we have the two of the best death bowlers in the Indian side, Orko, in the name of Arshdeep Singh and Jasprit Bumrah?
Definitely. I mean, absolute asset to have such players, and not just for their death bowling, how multi-dimensional they are. Arshdeep is someone who picks up wickets in the power play as well. If you give him an over in the middle overs, he can bring that wicket which you need. He showed that even in the T20 World Cup last year. And Bumrah, again, no stranger to doing such game-changing spells at whatever time he's told to bowl. So I think having such a bowler who, or rather two bowlers who could, change the game wherever they are called, be it in the power play or at the death or even in the middle overs, is it's just a blessing which Indian team have, and I would love to see them play together, which is not really the case these days when Gambhir took over, because you often see one of Bumrah or Ashdeep, but if both of them, ply their trade, I think this would only make us a more devastating side.
Absolutely, it will definitely make us in a very dangerous side. We have a quality bowling attack, couple of spinners mentioned too by Gian. But moving into the Aussies, they are formidable side. They are waiting and ready. They do not have Stark, do not have Cummings, but they have Hazelwood. They have the skill set of Nathan Ellis, Gian. But returns the Hulk. Marcus Stoinis is available for the entire series. Glenn Maxwell will come back for the remaining 3 games of the series. Couple of big boosts for them.
Definitely, yes, big boost for them. But ultimately, what I feel is that we have cracked Australia, post 2019, 2019 November 2023, like quite a lot of times. Like if you remember, right after that World Cup final, we played a
Hmm.
home series to the game with them, and we
Correct.
won 4-1 convincingly.
Yeah.
Okay, we have beaten them in the T20 World Cup with in an all important match that was for to race for the semi-final spot. And we won that convincingly. We saw how Rohit unleashed himself against Stark. The guy, who's a lethal bowler, he took for I think 4 or 5 sixes in an over.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, I think we have to just play a national game. I think right now, for me, as what I used to say about Australia in ODI cricket back in the early 2000s, as they were inevitable. I think India right now in T20 are inevitable right now. So I think it's them who should be getting scared of this T20 side as of now, because we are in a completely different zone because we have seen
Absolutely.
absolutely demolish opponents, whoever it comes
Yeah,
our way.
that is certainly true. When we're playing good cricket in the T20 format, and that's the reason why we won the Asia Cup comprehensively. But Orko, on the other forehand, good seamers Australia have. No Adam Zampa. They've got Tanveer Sangha. I think that's a very good pick because of the way that Tanveer has been bowling in the BBL in the recent past. So that's the spin department done. Matthew Kunaman is also there in the side. But seam department, Hazelwood certainly will lead the pack. You have Nathan Ellis too. You have Xavier Bartlett. You have seen Abbott. Either of them, I think.
Yeah, I think they would go for Bartlett because he's certainly done well for them in the recent past, and somehow Sean Abbott has definitely been used a number of times by Australia. I mean, in the last 5 6 years, I've seen him being used pretty much in the T20 circuit, and he's been pretty mediocre with his performances. They somehow play him because he has the largest experience, which people talk about in Australia. He has the highest number of wickets in BBL and all, and also gives a bit with the bat. But I think Bartlett is perhaps the similar successor, if not an upgrade for Sean Abbott. So I think it's time that they back Bartlett because of his good performance, even in the ODI series in that one game that he played. I think Bartlett would be the one I would prefer over Sean Abbott.
Okay, so you're going for Xavier Bartlett over Sean Abbott, and I'll not keep you guys waiting. Straight away, moving into the predict 11, Jihan. India's 11. I've got with Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill are the openers. Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Sanju Samson, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Akshar and Kuldeep are the two spinners, and it will be unfortunately Arshdeep Singh for at number 10. Jasprit Bumrah and Harshid Rana are the three seamers.
Yeah, I think pretty much it's a very balanced 11. I think, but somewhere I feel in this match I think difficult to keep. I don't know. I if ask me, I would add Shivam Dubey over here because right now you need to give in matches and
So
all
Shivam
important
instead
matches.
of Nitish.
See, the only reason there's nothing against Nitish Kumar Reddy. There's nothing against his form at
Yeah,
all. But
yeah.
the thing is, I really don't understand his role right now. Neither is Gambhir understanding his role. He's not giving that proper.
True, 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 true.
He has to
100%.
be promoted up the order. You know how they have trusted Shivam Dubey. You know, getting him up at number four also many times as a pitch hitter. And they have promoted Akshar Patel as well so many times. So I think they have never used Nitish Kumar Reddy as they had to use. They have not even given him the so might as well you add if you want in that such case you can add Shivam Dubey into that side.
Okay, so according to you, Shivam Dubey for Nitish Kumar Reddy. For you, Orko, any changes for India?
Well, I think definitely Dubey would be back. He has performances to back and speak for him. I mean, he has done very well in the Asia Cup, even in the World Cup last year in the limited chances he got. He's also delivering with the ball. I know Nitish Kumar Reddy is an excellent all-rounder. He can, create some situations in Australia with the ball as well. As Jihan rightly said, he can even be used in the power play because, he
True.
started his career in domestic cricket as a power play bowler. He was a bowler who turned into a batting all-rounder. So I think he's no stranger to bowling up front with the new ball. But I still believe that the kind of performances Dubey brought, particularly in this format, actually makes more sense for him to play in this series ahead of Nitish Reddy. So I think Dubey for Reddy, otherwise the rest of the team would largely stay the same.
Okay, so Dubey for Nitish Kumar Reddy, according to both of you. I'm sorry, once again, I mentioned number 10, it's going to be Arshdeep Singh in the pace attack. Australian side, I'm going with this one. Mitchell Marsh and Travis Head are the two openers. Matthew Short at 3. Josh Inglis will be a wicketkeeper at 4. Mitch Owen impressed us in the ODI series, number 5. Tim David, Marcus Stoinis is at 6 and 7. I know Marcus is batting way too deep, but that is their problem to settle it out. Seen about Nathan Ellis, Josh Hazelwood are the three seamers alongside Tanveer Sangha is my only spinner. I'm expecting both of you to say Bartlett for starting with you, Gian.
I really don't think. See, I think according to me, they will only play one of Mitchell Owen or Marcus Stoinis over here. I think it only
Okay.
makes sense because they already have a lot of batting. Down till down the other Sharon Abbott can bat, Nathan Ellis can bat at some point. Tanveer Sangha can add those runs. So I really don't think it doesn't make sense to play both Mitchell Owen and Marcus Stoinis. Bartlett can come in obviously in his place because he's a bowler as well,
Okay.
and he's a good.
But
You
if you
need
look into this 11, already they have 6 to 7 bowling options, Gian.
They don't have 6 to 7 bowling options, but they will not have finishers. If Josh Hazelwood, they usually like to bowl him out early. Okay, and you
Sure.
cannot
True.
just rely on Nathan Ellis or Sean Abbott to just be the death bowler. You need someone like a Bartlett to cover up maybe Hazelwood or Nathan Ellis. So unless Nathan Ellis would need that support because yeah, Nathan Ellis does picks up wicket, but he goes for a lot of runs as well. But other than that, you cannot rely on Mitchell Owen or Tim David to keep bowling that medium pace. Instead, you can add an extra bowler over here. That is according to me.
Okay, so you're going for a Xavier
One of
Bartlett
Stoinis
for
or one of Owen because see both are
Owen, either. Same
both
category
are pieces.
players.
Yeah, same
True, true,
category
true.
pieces.
Absolutely. So you're going for Xavier Bartlett into that side, either of Owen and Stoinis. Orko, your thoughts?
Well, I would also totally agree to it because it doesn't really make sense. And even if you had Mitchell Marsh, if he's available for bowling, he's another all-rounder. He can also bowl a bit of medium pace. So I think they really don't need that much of batters who can bowl some medium pace. So definitely, Stoinis perhaps would be in the bench for me, though he has that stardom. He's a big name, but I still believe that someone like Bartlett, along with Sean Abbott and Hazelwood, would give them a bit more sense, especially in the power play over. So I think Bartlett, given his batting abilities, is also someone who would be very useful down the order. So I think ahead of Stoinis, I would put someone like Bartlett over there.
Okay, so you're also going for a Bartlett, either of Owen and Stoinis, says Gian. Orko says no Hulk party. It's going to be Bartlett according to him. So that's going to be interesting. They're going with extra Seema, putting you both into the hot seat. Who starts the T20I series with a victory? Percentage for you, Orko?
I think India would win this because they are a totally different team in T20 cricket. As Jihan again rightly said, they are in that phase of invincibility. So I think India have a better chance to win this first game, at least 60-40. If you ask for a series prediction, I think it will go down the wire, maybe something like a 3-2. But I still believe India would win both the first match and the series in total.
Okay, India winning the series is a series predictions, but India winning the first two games. Gian, Canberra is waiting for your prediction.
Easy India win, and I will go for a 4-1 India win series. Definitely, that is for sure.
Wow, the
I'm just
shortest
giving one
format.
game to Australia out of for consideration. Maybe India might lose that. India might lose a close match somewhere here and there, but not the first one for sure. Maybe it
So
could
where
be
is this
1-1. Maybe
confidence? I really want to know where is this confidence coming from? Is it
I'll tell
just
you no, why,
Bumrah?
because bro, no, it's not just with Bumrah. If you remember in 23, we went to 23 or 20, early 24, we went to South Africa. We demolished them over there,
Hammered them,
winning
yeah.
4-1. We have won against England the T20 series as well recently. 4 years that was again 4-1. So as I said, we have been demolishing opponents. Whoever has come our way, we have demolished. We have gone there and won games. We have played here and won games. So I think I see Australia as no competition in this T20 series at all, unless and until, as I said,
No
one of
competition at all.
maybe one of game, as a setback. Sometimes it happens. You get a setback and suddenly you just have it could be those one of games where India is bowled out for 70, 80 runs also, and give Australia a cakewalk win.
Okay,
But
that
other
could be
than
an
that,
odd game. That could be an odd game.
very
But you
it
see
can
that
happen with anybody.
Orko
Yeah,
says first two games winning, which is Canberra and the
4-1 series,
iconic
4-1
MCG.
series,
Gian says
4-1.
4-1 series victory. Orko says India winning the series. Both of them are certainly confident. I must tell you, I'm rest assuring you guys, they will be back in the upcoming games too. If not the second T20, but I'm definitely going to have them in at least the fourth and the fifth to ensure that their words are true or false. But that's all we have. Thanks a lot, both of you. Always the pillar of this channel. They're both always supportive. Thanks a lot, Orko. Thanks a lot, Gian. Thanks to all the viewers for watching this video. First T20I, 1:45 p.m. Indian Standard Time, all the way from Canberra. Sit back and enjoy.